Even there, to start with, familiarity with data and the things that come with it. So even if you're not a statistics major or a economics major, I'd say things like what a distribution is, or even things like where would you use a mean versus a median, because these are things sometimes are asked in interviews, but more than that, it's quite important when you actually have to give a result or a presentation to a client or someone who needs to answer a specific question, right? And so things like that, so basic statistics, basic probability, and then a reasonable amount of coding. Now, you don't have to be like very good with, let's say, time complexity and so on, but you should be familiar, comfortable writing functions and a certain amount of level with classes, object-oriented programming, and so on. And yeah, so I'd say, basic statistics knowledge, basic probability, and a fair amount of experience writing stuff in R or Python or a language like that. It's not a Java, C++ level thing, but something that can manipulate data and connect to other components. So Python is a very good example for that. And yeah, so I'd say having those should be sufficient to get going. And then depending on your project needs, you might be working on very small. Again, data science is a very huge field, and so you might be working on NLP problems for the next 6 to 8 months. So if you have these things to get started, you can probably get up to date on the latest NLP thing while you're actually on the project, and you have some familiarity to start with. If it's text processing, there are these tried and tested methods which have worked for so many years, and so being at the very least familiar with them, like TF-IDF or right now Word2Vec or word embeddings and so on, if you're talking about NLP, right? So I'd say for someone who doesn't really have a specialized background in this, if you have the things that I mentioned earlier, and then you spend your time on the project, you can pick things up on the project. So
right.